Morning channel. I'm down here with Dakota's crew today, and we're kind of in a very unique little situation. You can hear the tapping of a screwdriver. So I just found out they need a 1/4-inch impact. We're gonna go get us a 1/4-inch impact for them so they can quit chipping away. So yeah, little tool run this morning. I had to come down here. Got a check as we started a job. That's something different for dang sure. But Dakota, Wesley, Nate, old Colton, back again. I don't know if you guys remember him from 2 years ago. I don't know if we were doing it or not. But anyway, they're digging up a water main. This is a tight little job. We're at a existing hotel area, and basically they need fire suppression for these buildings. So you can see Nate and Wesley, they're poking around looking for an AC line. Asbestos concrete, right? So they're being really careful because it's basically the exact same color of the plasticity of that soil. It's a gray, darkish, weird color, and can catch you off guard. And if you hit it, it's gonna be a long day, normally. So they're not gonna hit nothing. They don't. Knock on wood. Got old Dakota in the 138 up there. I'm really surprised. I asked Dakota 3 times what he wanted to bring for this job. He's like, bring me out 138, that's all I need. I'm like, okay. So he's up there directing traffic, I think. I don't know what he's doing. He ain't got no, has he got a hard hat in that machine, you think, boys? Oh, look at them looks. They looked at me, didn't say nothing. They were like, Dakota, go ahead. Yeah, you're good. Take your time. We're going to find out if he has a hard hat. Come here. They're going to bring fire suppression. When I say fire suppression, I'm meaning this stuff right here that goes poof over your head if there's a fire. Sprinkler start. Well, you got to feed the water to them, eh? So here in Arkansas, we're a little bit different. It has to be a dedicated main directly just for your fire service for your commercial building. It can't be a 4-inch to come feed the backflow, and you can't just pony off of that fire line and run your domestic service, is what I'm trying to say. The domestic service has to come from the public, and this private fire line has to come from the publics, and that's what you're seeing them doing right now, digging up the public water main. We're gonna slap our tap and saddle and valve, and then we're gonna cut out a 5x4x3 hole in here. You can kind of see it marked out here on the ground. They kind of pencil whipped it together. You need to get this cut out, slab cut, and then cut down to their depth, and we're gonna punch a hole through that wall, literally, or if there's no wall, they'll be underneath the footer. Bring it in, 90 it up, restrain everything, so we can have a nice flat flange for the backflow to sit down on. So it's going to be a very unique one. Will's going to be hanging out with these boys. We've got 2 buildings to do, and we're here. We're getting her going. Week of Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, channel. Ugh. Yeah, something or other. Do you see the blue on it, though, where the splines are hanging out of the input shaft? I may be just absolutely dumb. I'm not a mechanic. You rip them wheel weights off there and see if it drives any different. Is it like back and forth? Here, I'll just go drive it. Let me go in here and get you a ratchet and some other shit. So guys, as you can tell, I'm out and about today. This will be about my only day out and about all week. I'm going to be at my desk the rest of the week, scheduling, project managing. We have got about 6 projects we are trying to kill that are all about 85 to 90% complete. So Fayetteville is a little bit of a drive for the guys, a little bit of drive for us. But when a job like, especially like this, the Nest, is a really involved utility job that somebody needs to know what they're doing, or you're gonna get somebody hurt, or it costs the owner a bunch of money. And the engineer got a hold of us and said, hey, I know these guys have put plenty of water lines, fire lines within existing buildings. Here we are. So got a phone call. This side, I think, were you here for the hydrovac, Will? So you guys got to see us hydro excavate just a little bit, some certain areas that we believed either had utilities or would be kind of a booger to dig with our machine. I just come down here to check this out. This is a very involved job, not for myself, but for the guys. And I want to make sure I'm putting my eyes on it to stay ahead of them, because you can get somebody hurt, and that's not what we're looking to do, obviously. So we've got some hydraulic shoring coming in for inside of the building. That'll be, I don't know if it's put in place or not, but we can take us a gander. You guys can see this gas line right here. If you guys follow me on LinkedIn, you'll hear about how I spend my Saturday making sure this place has gas. Come to find out, there's guys actually living here, crews living here as they reno this property, and they're about done. I had no idea they were going to be here through Thanksgiving weekend. Who would have thought? But they were. We got that dealt with for the owner, but we found this gas main. They're not going to hit nothing. We got electric right here. I'm assuming that's fiber. And then you guys can see our horse stable down there, of a water valve. But during winter months, it was 19 degrees last night. If you're going to do utilities in the winter, you got to be prepared to do utilities in the winter. And you got to make sure that whatever your saddle valve situation, I'm literally compressing a gallon of water to test this application between the saddle and a valve. And to get that to hold to 200 pounds, you know how easy a gallon of water freezes if you set it outside and it doesn't move? It freezes easy. Don't get me wrong, we're 4 or 5 feet in the ground and the wind doesn't hit it as hard, but still, concrete blanket, straw, some type of application. They have this all fenced off and roped off. They're just at lunch right now. We got a saddle test to do here. Then we're going to bring our water main right through there, into that building and come straight up. I know it looks kind of like a stair step right now, but that's not what we're doing. We're coming straight in. It's going to be a little sketchy through here. We've got a hydrovac truck going to help us with all these utilities. Run it right underneath here. Let's go inside here real quick. All right, so we've got our floor cut out here inside the interior of the building. You saw the water valve with our straw all the way around it. We're going to be bringing a water line through there straight up. It is deep underneath this building. We've got some shoring that's going to go on either side of the wall. We've got some conduits here that's making that tough, but we're going to get it gathered and get it figured out. Man, a hydrovac truck will save your butt sometimes. Water main that runs right through here in this back alley, and all we're doing is we're saddling on to this existing water line, putting a valve there so we can hang our tapping machine and punch a hole once we pass our test. That's what we're attaching to. You can see this hotel behind me. Didn't have fire suppression before, but it's fixing to, and they're having to retrofit all of that. So essentially, yeah, it's kind of cool.